In this presentation, we are going to talk about the logistics management in the salt industry of the state of La Guajira or the department of La Guajira in Colombia. The researchers that have made this article are Dani Lopez, Helvis Melo, and Darcy Mendoza. The students that are doing this presentation are Johan Ordóñez, Cristian González, and Diana Alvarado. In the index, you can see the huge structure of the following presentation. First, you're going to see the abstract when you can see the summarize of the article, then the objectives and the methods when are present why and how the researchers made this article. And at the end, you're going to see the results and the conclusions with the final comments from the researchers about its work.
Okay, now in the abstract, the purpose of this research is to analyze the logic management in the salt industry in the Guajira, Colombia. The sample population is composed of 39 engineers from mining companies dedicated to exploitation or processing of salt in the department of the Guajira. This is a descriptive and non-experimental and cross-sectional study. As a result, shortcomings were obtained in relation to the application of logic management in the salt mining in the department of the Guajira. So it's really important to develop action to improve its planning and execution. Now I'm going to talk about objectives. In this case, it's necessary to know in detail the operation and activities of the process and the problems affecting the sector. Uh, it will allow to understand the reality of salt logic in the region and its distribution to reach the whole country. So the purpose of this research is to analyze the logic management in the salt industry in the Guajira, Colombia.
Now, the methodology. They have made a descriptive, non experimental analysis where they took five different dimensions or aspects of the mining industry in the zone in La Guajira. Between these aspects, we can see the internal and external factors of the logistic, some organizational strategies and process, and they take in considerations its respective indicators. This was made to have a huge view of all the process in the mining area in this zone. In the first board, you see the scale that the engineers used to evaluate the questionnaire that the researchers made for them. In the second board, you see the scale that the researchers used to evaluate if the logistic chain in the mining industry are efficient or inefficient according to the engineer's opinion. The indicators that they use was evaluated by some experts in these areas that indicates if it was appropriately to use these indicators in these kind of questionnaires and evaluations.
Regarding the results and discussion they conduct survived were for the majority of those surveyed, the internal logistic dimension is applied moderately, although the same is not true for the indicators that make a opposite dimension, while for the majority planning and organization by process are applied efficiently, material resource and training are misapplied. To the biggest takeaway were, according to the results of the research, logistic only applies moderately in the salt industry in the department of La Guajira. The great weakness of this point to external logistic with which salt mining is developed will the great strength is given by the logistic strategy of the industry in the department. The final conclusion of this article for the internal logistic dimension it is required that material resource in and training be applied efficiently. Regarding the external logistic dimension for this to be applied efficiently, the efficient application of the transport and logistic flow in indicators is required. Regarding the dimension logistic process, the efficient application of inventory analysis is required and supplier selection. The final conclusion of this article for the internal logistic dimension is it is required that material resource in and training be applied efficiently. Regarding the external logistic dimension for this to be applied efficiently, the efficient application of the transport and logistic flow in indicators is required. Regarding the dimension logistic process, the efficient application of inventory analysis is required and supplier selection.